Senator Bovey.
Thank you and welcome, Minister. I'm down here. First, I would like to say how impressive Canadian Indigenous participation was at COP27. Since the Senate Special Arctic Committee report of 2019, climate change issues in the North have accelerated. The melting of the permafrost, in addition to melting sea ice, is posing critical problems with the building and maintenance of infrastructure, including airport runways, so essential to access northern communities. As you said to Senator Plett, the Government of Canada has committed to close the infrastructure gap by 2030. Is there a status report on progress on these issues, indicating where we stand now in 2022?
Minister Hajdu.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And in terms of whether or not there's a status report, there are a number of different gaps analysis, but I don't think there's a comprehensive gaps analysis, although I did direct the department to begin that work when I was appointed a year ago, and we're starting to get a better sense from a fiscal perspective at the very least. But you're right, it's more, I mean, it is for sure a lot about money, and indeed the costs are mounting. As the weather becomes more and more extreme, and as we see the kinds of global disruptions in the economy, in fact, infrastructure is becoming more and more expensive. It is, to your point, a sad reality that Indigenous communities are first and foremost on the front lines of climate change. They're experiencing it more profoundly. They're seeing the kinds of changes. The disruption in access to food is heartbreaking. You know, I was up in the Yukon visiting with the Trontek Gwich'in. I'm actually wearing earrings from that region today, and it was hard not to weep when people talk about the loss of food, and it's not just about food, it's about a connection to the food and the cultural connection to that food. I like to say that Indigenous people over the past year have taught me from a heart place what it means to think of the world and to think of ourselves as being a part of instead of a dominion over. And it is truly a profound shift. For me, personally. I also share with my colleagues that I've become somewhat of a raving environmentalist, because when you see the devastation in communities like Pegwis, or in the BC Coldwater Creek area, or in Northern Ontario where forest fires are ravaging, meeting the Silcotin out west, and the work they're doing to protect
Minister,
our communities,
but your time has expired.
You can see I have so much to say. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.